Hi, welcome back to Crochet Creations and Vlogmas Day 27 and the 12 Days of Gnomes. I got through it. Grab a cup and join me. Today I have Oh Fudge from the 12 Days of Christmas Coffee, and I put in peppermint mocha and a whole one of those little candy canes, the whole thing right in here. And that candy cane makes it better. Does. Because the old fudge is definitely a dark chocolate flavor. So it needs a little bit of sugar. And I don't put sugar in my coffee, so it tastes like it needs it. It's like, okay. It's, I don't know. It's different. On to the movies. To the movies we go. On the countdown, we are on number 6 of the countdown. 27 on the Vlogmas. And it's Home Alone, the 1990 original comedy family. 7.6 stars. An 8-year-old troublemaker must protect his house from a pair of burglars when he is accidentally left home alone by his family during Christmas vacation. Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, and John Hurd. Yeah, I saw that one. I have seen this one. Now, if all of you have been joining and watching since, well, 9 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, you would have known that there was a mystery progressive crochet along going on. And Stephanie from Stephanie's Yarn Escape and I were co-hosting this. And we did 9 clues. The first 5 clues got you a finished project. And now the last 4 clues got you another finished project. And we called it the Grandma's Forever Hug and Grandma's Mini Hug. So today came out clue number 9, and along with that clue came a 9th item in the grand prize progressive box. So each week we added an item to the grand prize. So this week in my grand prize, because there's 2 grand prizes, one on her page and one on mine, you can make one item, doesn't matter if it's my version or her version, and enter it in both. But you need to have an entry in both in order to win the grand prize, and it has to be a finished project. So this was, you get your name in once for a finished project. So this was my addition this week. It is a Red Heart Soft, and it is the color Berry. 100% acrylic, 4 medium, 5-ounce skein, 256 yards of that beauty. And along with that, I snuck in a snowman. One last snowman for the year, for the 2020. You know, I have to get my snowmans in. I can still play with them in 2021, but there's only a couple days left of 2020 to get my snowman in. So that is the 9th prize in my bag. In a couple more days, I will show all of those items in that bag again, because you might have forgot, and you know. So that would give you a chance to get an entry in by Sunday, because we'll be drawing on Sunday. So that's number 9. And these were given out on Christmas Day, and they were claimed. So I'll be sending those out probably tomorrow. Get my button gear and get them packaged up. I spent today as if it was Christmas, and went to have Christmas dinner with my mom, because we got all the flooding and things taken care of finally, and it's dried out enough. The furnace works, and she wanted to do the dinner today, so we all went down there for 4 or 5 hours. So my Sunday that I normally do the other things, I'm a little behind. So scavenger hunt. I had a couple questions about the scavenger hunt. I just want to clear it up real quick. If you are looking for answers, they will be anywhere between Vlogmas day number 1 and day number 25. Anywhere in those 25 days, you will find the answers for the scavenger hunt questions. So I didn't count anything after the 25th. So the 26th is the 12 days of Gnomes, and that doesn't count. So anything in there. I hope that helps you. It's a couple more days before I put up the videos where I want you to answer. So you have time yet to do that. So I hope that you're having a ball with that. Because I am. Okay, let's see. What do I have today? Wow. A bunch of the girls were saying, are you going to do a Christmas cast on? Are you going to do something new and start something new? And I'm like, yeah. Even though I really wanted to get those ornaments done. And I did finish them, which I'm so happy about. And I hope to get those in the mail too. But I did end up starting something new. And like I said, sometimes things languish and they don't get done. But for now, well, actually, the real truth of it, let me tell you. I'm always looking for something that's Outlander inspired, even if it's not something that someone intended it to be, looking old or vintage. I like to see if I can turn it into looking old or vintage because of the color I use or something like that. So I was watching Rose at Rose Likes Crochet. Hi, Rose. She doesn't watch me. Don't worry about it. And she was talking about us a wrap or a shawl that she did from a tutorial from Fiber Spider. And so when I saw it, I thought, oh, I like that. That I may be able to make it look vintage. So I clicked on it. And then I came in here and looked on the shelves, and I said, yep, I'm going to try. So I will link the tutorial below that I got my inspiration off of. So I'm using an H hook, so it's going to be a little bit tighter than normal. And I'm using a coffee shop. And this is what I think is vintage colorway. And it is a 3 light, which is why I'm using an H. It is, these coffee shops have 284 yards on them, but I'll probably use 2 or 3. And these have 15% wool in them too, which again, if you're going to make something vintage, you might want to try using a little bit of natural fibers or a blend. So like I said, the colorway is quite fitting for what I want. Okay, so what I'm doing, I got about, like I said, not quite halfway through that cake. Probably going to end up with using 3 or 4 of them. Probably 4, I'm thinking. Maybe not, because I'm going to call this a capelet. Now, that means that when I get it to the desired size, I'll stop, because it fits that era. And maybe what the pattern was intended for was to be a lot bigger, but I'm going to stop because I don't want it to be a shawl. I want it to be a capelet or whatever. So here is my beginning of this pattern. It is, you start here. I started with a magic circle and I tightened it up so it's much flatter now, and that is the beginning of this. Now you can see this really textured pattern, and you can see the gradient color work in this fabulous yarn. So I'm hoping that I have picked the right choices in this. I'm really liking it. I want to work on it every minute, but I of course don't. I have knitting to do. I have a blanket I would like to work on, and yeah, but there is my beginning. So you will see that grow shortly. All right, so what else do I have to talk about today? Oh, well, all the girls were saying, oh, did you see the sales? The Yarnormous Joanne sale, and Pen Leanne was talking about it, and Summer went down and got some cool little cart that everybody's going to go get one now, so they're going to sell out, and we can all enter into Pamela's Adoring Crochet's, you know, cart pictures and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, these girls are so funny. They just, I mean, I really didn't want to go down to Joanne, so I said to Doug, I think I'm going to need another skein of this Big Twist, and it's on sale, and it says that they have 10 of them down there at ours. So can you go down there and see if they have any and get me another one so I can continue this blanket and maybe I won't run out? So he says, sure, I'll go down. And so I handed him 2 bills, and I said, surprise me if you see any sales that I might like. Well, I don't know if you know my husband, but he can easily go into a yarn shop and spend all the money that I gave him and then some. It doesn't take him long. So I'm going to show you the bag that he brought me home from Joann's. How pretty a bag it is. It went along with the color yarn that I sent him to get. So I haven't looked in this bag. I have seen the top of it, and I had sent him for the blush, and that was classic Big Twist in the blush color. And this particular skein of yarn has much halo on it. It has a lot of halo, but what he brought me does not. And I only looked at the top yarns because I wanted to see it. So he brought me Big Twist Classic 100% acrylic. These are huge. These skeins are what, $9.99 regular price, possibly. There's 690 yards in this skein. Holy cat, that's a lot. It's a 5 bulky, beautiful, beautiful soft yarn. What I would like to know in the comments before I go and do this, because I'm thinking about it, is he brought me home 2 of these. Okay? Now, what I think is that they are not the same yarn. The one that I'm using says Rainbow Classic on it. And the one that he brought home says Classic. It is the same color, but he says the one is shinier, and I'm not sure which one he's talking about. I think he's talking about this one is shinier, but you know what? I can't tell. I seriously cannot tell at this point. But here is my problem. I started the blanket. Of course, you saw it yesterday, and that's how far I am now. I'm started into the second section without a problem. Okay, so do I rip this out and start it over with these two that match for sure? Or do you think they match and I'm just crazy and that they'll be fine? Because I mean, it does say Rainbow Classic right on that one, and I don't know. I've never used it. I was never a big twist person, and now I'm like, I want to buy it all. So if you think I should just rip this back, make a sweater to match with this, and then restart the blanket in these two that match, let me know in the comments. Because I don't normally frog things. That's not a normal thing for me to do. But if I say, Doug, rip this out, roll it up on the... He will rip it out, and I'll be in the other room, and I will not feel the pain. I will not feel anything. And then he'll hand me a nice cake of yarn, and I'll go on my way. That's why we would do it. So let me know what you think of that. What else is in here? Let's see. He got me some other stuff, and like I said, I didn't go and I didn't look. So let's see what's in here. Okay, so there is buttercream alpaca. Whoa! 80% acrylic and 20% alpaca. This is a bulky 6. Send your husband to the store. He brings home bulky 6. And you know what I think about that? Knitting now. Knitting for Outlander inspired yarny wearables. Yep. You get 130 yards in one of these. This colorway is sage. Beautiful. Beautiful. Muted. Love it. How many did he get me? That one is sage. Yep. I can put these on here now, and it doesn't go in the camera because I have the stand, and the camera's on the stand. Is that cool? I love it. What do we got here? We got 2 in the light blue. Beautiful. Didn't even blow the camera out. Look at that. And then we got 2 in the green. Wow. Okay. I think we're all ready for 3 beautiful Sachinach cowls. Is that how you say that? Yeah, this is Sachinach Heartwarming Infinity Cowl, right from the Lion Brand website. You need 2 balls of Lion Brand woolies, and these will fit in place of that just fine with a little bit of alpaca. Just perfect. And there is just enough a halo on here to be acceptable. So send a man. Sometimes he comes back and he does well. Of course, he didn't bring any change back. So that was fun. Okay, Now what do I have? Okay, I have... No. I guess I'm on to a gift from Stephanie. We have exchanged 12 days Christmas exchange, and we're doing it during our 12 days of gnomes. So today is a day that I get to show a gnome, and I get to open a gift every day, just like she gets to open a gift every day. So what we did was we chose a pattern or two to do gnomes, and we didn't tell each other what that pattern was. And I probably cheated. I don't care. You can say I did if you want to, but I don't think it is, because I'm not an amigurumi person, and I'm looking for something that I can do and try and do as well as I can. And for right now, I haven't been doing amigurumi all that much, so my gnomes are not amigurumi. But they're still gnomes, and they still count. So I'm going to show you a gnome that I made, and then I'm going to link the pattern below so you can make it too. It is a free pattern, and I really would like you to make it, and I would like you to also show me. I am going to put a page up that says the 12 days of gnomes, and then all the gnomes are going in that page. And the reason why we will reveal later on as we get closer to the 12th day. But I'm going to put my gnomes, and Stephanie will put her gnomes into a post that shows just the ones she made and just the ones that I made. And you can put yours in the comments below that post. So that is what your assignment will be, to make a gnome and post it in our gnome page so we can see yours. Okay, so my first gnome is, let's see, what yarn did I use? I used a sparkle yarn. And this one is Studio Sample by Nicole in a blue and a green sparkle. I love it. I love this yarn a lot. And I picked out a towel for him that has snowflakes on it, and they are red. So my gnome is a towel topper, and I know you've seen this pattern on the internet. I started doing these and picked this out weeks and weeks ago. I didn't want to show it until it was time, and I've been seeing them pop up all around me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna look like a copycat. But I planned on making this last year when I saw it last year, and you know, Christmas was over, and so it was time to do it, and so now I'm doing it regardless. So this is how you put it on your stove. Right here, this unbuttons. The red snowflake matches his towel, and this is where the towel is hung on this ring right here. So you crochet his hat around the ring, and then you add a button, and the whole towel is on there, but it can be taken off, it can be washed. Isn't it great? I just love this. And it is a gnome. It's a gnome. You just, a little bit of amigurumi there, girls. That nose is stuffed. So I hope you like him. I do. I think he's adorable. So I don't know what I want to name that one, but okay, and then I get to open a gift. Day number two from Stephanie. And if you haven't seen her open her second gift, or even her first gift, pop on over to her channel. Her channel will be linked below. And enjoy her opening her gift. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, magical unicorn little book. It says make something. Oh, see that? It's a little journal, perfect for me to keep track of stuff that her and I talk about. Because I was just saying to her today, write this down, write this down. I just had a brainstorm, and you know what? I need a journal so I can write down things that you and I think up. And here's one. Here is one. We have a lot more ideas than that, though. We'll fill that sucker up quick. Thank you, Steph. It is so much fun. Look for that gnome pattern down below, and I'm going to get off of here, upload this video, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye now.